Good evening, all my little fluffs. Mewtwo here with you tonight, feeling rather poofy this evening. Actually wearing a tutu, but can't see most of it because it's all below the camera. I know, all that for nothing. Sorry. And for the amount of effort it takes to get this full suit bod sitting in a chair, you actually get to see Mewtwo hands on the film instead of the white fluff ones. I'm not going to try to do that while being viewed. It looks awkward, and it's funny looking. So, tonight's video is a thoughts video on yet another Marvel movie. This one, well prior to Disney acquiring Marvel Studios. Specifically, who did this one? Oh, Universal. Thought so. Wasn't 100% sure, but The Credible Hulk. Incredible Hulk. He's creditable. I'm pretty sure we can credit him. But you can tell by the case, I bought this before I was buying a lot of things on Blu-ray. Yeah. Actually, I had bought the first Iron Man movie on DVD as well. But I replaced it with Blu-ray because that one was important enough to make that worthwhile. This... DVD is good enough. So, why Hulk? Why not Hulk? So, I'm skipping, at least for now, the previous Hulk movie that happened, I think it was in the late 90s, early 2000s, because I don't believe that's part of the MCU canon. This one, as far as I know, is. And for having just watched it again last night, pretty sure it counts in there. Relatively certain. Spoiler alerts, of course, because I'm talking about a movie. It may be from a lot of years ago, but just to be on the safe side, spoiler alert. We'll start with the extreme end, the tailpipe credit cut person thing. A lot of the Avengers lead-up movies would end with Samuel L. Jackson meeting with someone and talking with them about Avengers or whatever. This one, on the other hand, we had Tony Stark talking to the general that was hunting the Hulk through the whole movie. Coming in to do the whole Avenger spiel, which is interesting, because it's like the only time they let him be the man in that case. Also, a good side note here: the Bruce Banner that was in this movie is not the same actor. It's not Mark Ruffalo. His name was the dude. There's something on the floor. That's Future Me's problem. This was Edward Norton. Yes. He did pretty good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. He is a perfectly sustainable Hulk. And I was good with that. Quick sneak that thing I dropped on the floor. Close it. Need that later. Trying to do this with Mewtwo feet is a lot more difficult than it looks. I'm good at this game. There. I'll do that later. It's for the next video I'm going to record. See, that's all just how awkward it is when I just have to bend down, let alone standing up out of the chair. Whew. Anyway, back to the Hulk. Hulk. One thing I definitely am happy they didn't do, they did not have a straight origin story in this movie. We've had enough origin stories of the Hulk and of Spider-Man and of a lot of these characters in the last 30 or so years. We didn't need to have another one. And they kind of had one in the opening credits, kind of like comic book style freeze frames, just kind of letting you know Hulk was born as a Hulk. The Hulkening happened. And kind of introduced a lot of the main characters, like his girlfriend and his girlfriend's dad, through the just the intro alone, which was good. It was a quick, easy way to bite through that and get you right into having a good time. Most of the time, we have Hulk on the run, which would be very consistent with the Hulk TV series back from a long time ago's. The Lou Ferrigno Hulk, which was always basically on the run. And that's not a bad way to start. And if anything, though, that was really, really cheesy. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty cheese. I think it was 70s. But it was a good setup. It was a good way to be. Just that particular series was old and a lot of green makeup. This one has newer and a big CG monster version. Little bonus though, there are slight differences in the Hulk from the Incredible Hulk here and the Hulk from the Avengers movies. In the sense that it feels less like they just had a Hulk template they just stuck on the screen. And it feels more like they try to integrate into the Hulk's facial structure a little bit something of the actor who is currently playing the Hulk. So you'll notice if you watch this one, the Hulk looks different than the Avengers movies, but in the way that he looks more like the character who's playing the Hulk, which I think is a really good attribute to add in, since when the Hulk's on the screen, the actor who plays the Hulk is no longer on the screen. So, good little bonus there, a little taste action. Basically, I've already given the majority of the story plot. Hulk on run. General who was there kind of when he was starting to be created, chasing after him. Girlfriend happens to be said general's daughter. She wants to help him. There's also a few other players in the main scheme of this that actually make some sense. From the beginning onward, the Hulk is chatting online through like a very, very basic looking text client with somebody called Mr. Blue, and he's Mr. Green, and they're trying to find a way to help cure him of hulkiness. And another player being a soldier, an army person who's really overly dedicated to the concept of catch the Hulk and possibly be the Hulk. And throughout the movie, he has a few different times different injections put into him, different attempted super soldier formulas thrown into his body to try and make him either more Captain America-like or more Hulk-like, depending on how you're looking at it. Little backstory here. They're writing this in. I'm not sure at what point this became part of the canon, but the concept of when the Hulk formula was created, it was partially in an attempt to recreate the super soldier formula that made Captain America, America's buns. So he's been throughout the movie tries several different formulas into his body, which slowly drives him more and more aggressive crazy. one thing I didn't notice until I think it was the last time I just watched it. Uh, in one of his last injections is when his like spines start sticking out of his skin, which is kind of creepy, but kind of cool, especially since like that's the last stage where he was fairly human. And uh, due to some circumstances, the Hulk gets caught just after he gets himself kind of, they're thinking, cured. It didn't work. Um, and the scientist, Mr. Blue, uh, gets coerced by this crazy soldier to inject him with some of the Hulk's blood, which he does because plots. Um, and it turns him into a big orange tan critter with several more points of bones sticking out of him, which it finally made sense to me because he had bones sticking out of him just before he got the Hulk blood put into him, including some big spikes coming out of his elbows, and his spine sticking out a lot more spine spikes, like the flaily bits on the back of the spinal column, those, but out. Which I felt he looked pretty cool. I can't say the CG effects are like 2021 awesome, but they were definitely pretty good still. I can still enjoy watching the Hulk Abomination battle at the end there. In fact, any of the battles involving the Hulk felt pretty good. Usually the Hulk was against like tanks and lots of soldiers shooting at him or whatever. Only the final battle was actually against the Abomination, the dude I just mentioned. And it was really good. I felt they did make good use of the environment. They made use of items that were present around them as weapons or things to get thrown into, stuff to break. And I felt that was pretty tasty. I thought it was well enough done. But, while it was a good movie, it was not a great movie. I'm not complaining about it, mind you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But when you're trying to go up against other things in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like Iron Man, which was a bazanga huge hit, even Thor was a lot better taken than this. And I'll talk about that one later. That's on the to-do list. The Thor stack. But it just didn't blow anyone away. It was good enough. It was passable. It was fun. It's definitely what I'll watch over, in sequence with everything else. And it's good enough. It did the job. I think that's about all. The biggest takeaway from this is it did what it needed to do. It was a Hulk movie. I can't say the guy that played Hulk. I've already brought his name, and I just looked at it minutes ago here for you. Was Edward Norton. Um, I'm not going to say he was the ultimate dude. He's like on the picture there. I can try and get him on the screen there for you. On the back there, holding the syringy thing or whatever it is. He's cute enough. I mean, he's a nice looking dude. The other three people on there is his girlfriend, the soldier who turns into the Abomination, and the guy kind of sideways is the Generale. He's trying to kill him or get him captured or whatever. At the bottom, you can see some pictures of part of the Abomination and part of the Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk was well done. I mean, honestly, it was way better than the previous Hulk movie that came out. as far as how Hulk looked and how he acted, and definitely for how he's made. The last one, I might talk about that later, but this one, the origin story of Hulk that was just in the intro, fit a lot better with any of the previous Hulk origin stories. And I'm good with that. It's the one that made the most sense in the past, and the one that we were most comfortable with and worked with. It's got a lot of good fight scenes. It's got a lot of good action scenes. You have plenty of time with Bruce Banner on the screen. You have plenty of time with Hulk on the screen. I don't feel like I was cheated on either aspect. The kind of lone wolf depressing function of the Hulk was there without being too oppressive, which I liked. I liked the fact that it was there, it was with us, but it didn't make you feel bummed. Overall, yeah. It's not on Disney Plus because it's a Universal movie, so don't look for it there. I'm pretty sure it's pretty cheap because I don't think I paid much for it when I got it. So, yeah, go grab it on some streaming service if it exists out there, or just buy a DVD. Not that expensive, and you own it forever. So, yeah. Do you remember this particular Hulk movie, or did you see it? Did you hate it, love it? Whatever. Let me know in the comments. I'm actually curious. I do like to know what people think besides me. I didn't see it in the theater. I think I think I watched it because a friend downloaded it once, and that's how I saw it first. And I purchased it eventually. So I put my money in there. I don't remember the last time I did anything naughty like downloading movies or music, so please don't arrest me. Um, so yeah, it was good. I recommend it. Uh, so please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the little dingly bell. The little dingly bell let you know when I post new videos. Who knows? Might be a Mewtwo video. Obviously, you've enjoyed sitting here staring at this one while talking about the Hulk. And my Patreon link and my Coffee link are in the description box below, if you're so inclined and wish to help support the channel. Either way works. They both come to the same PayPal account, so it's options for you. One has a way you can pay monthly. One has a way you can pay a little bit anytime you choose to. And either way, if you do so choose to, it helps support the channel and me make you better videos. I do not have any things behind paywalls, so every video gets uploaded to everyone at the same time. So don't look at it as a requirement to see stuff any faster or any differently. Just the options of you may be able to help dictate something I do or wear in videos for whatever tier you may consider paying on the Patreon level. But for now, this little Mewtwo is going to wander off, and I will see you all again on a future video. But for now, stay hulky, stay smashy, maybe a little pink and fluffy, and I will see you all very soon.